Hey, welcome to the video. This is Matt from Dream Hill Homes. We help people become vacant land owners. Today, excited to chat about an alternative property here, larger acreage at a discounted price. Why is this one discounted? Well, I'm going to get into that in the video, but it has some unique features that I'm going to share. If you end up liking this property, you can give us a call in the top right here of the listing page, or you can just reserve it here with this big red button. You just click that and we'll get the paperwork started for you. Now, let's get into the property itself. This is listed as a 10.2, so 10.2 acres, but usable acreage is around 6.5. The reason is because there's a utility easement here that cuts through the top part of the property. So this little red dot here on the page is the center of the property. If you can imagine kind of a square box, well, rather than imagine it, I'll just show you the square box if you can kind of see it. So this bottom portion is the 6.5 usable acres, and then the top portion here has a access easement as well as utilities kind of cutting through the top part. Now there is some usable space here. You can still use this space, but you just can't build over top of this half of the property. So this, top 1/3 or, kind of 40% top of the property you can't build on. So that's why the price is discounted. Normally we would sell 10 acres closer to, maybe 25, but right now we have this listed for 19. So large discount. And you can see, it's got road access here along Rutan Road here on the east side. You can also take this road for road access as well. So you kind of have two options here to get to the property. And if you go to the south here, it's along Camelot Boulevard. Now, if you're kind of watching some of the other videos, we have 3 other properties that are adjacent here that are for sale. If you're interested in even more acreage, we do have a 40-acre property available at the moment. At the time that you're watching this video, that may no longer be available. So right now, we're just listing them individually, 10.2 acres, explaining what's usable in each portion. But the larger 40 acres here is available as of today at the time of recording this video. Hope that makes sense. Here it is on the county map. This is the APN ending in 39. This box here along Rutan, which is 40th Street West, going north-south from Camelot Boulevard. Hope that makes sense. Let's see some actual pictures from the ground. So this here is an actual picture from that property. If you look, there's that kind of structure in the distance, this old kind of dilapidated cinder block building off in the distance along Rutan. You see beautiful views in the background, mountains, clouds, windmills to the west. And I wanted to scroll through and just kind of give you a sense of what it looks like out here. It's really pretty, really nice, wide open space. This is kind of coming into this area. You kind of see there's some old beat up fence here. You definitely have a rustic vibe. And that's it for the pictures. This is zoned A1, so if you wanted to do some kind of agricultural stuff here, you could do limited agriculture, so certain types. Not any agriculture, but most types of common agriculture you could grow here. Single-family dwellings, all the estate, normal building, manufactured homes. You can generally do that stuff here as well. So you're not limited on the construction. The A1 actually, in my opinion, kind of gives even more options for what you can do with the land. You could have an RV as part of your build process. So once you have a permit or once you have a primary dwelling established, you can have an RV there. And that's it. So let's talk utilities. There are power poles to the south. So if I show you on the map here, on Camelot Boulevard, there are power poles serving some of these houses down here. So just know that there is power to the south here. It is extendable, but you'd have to call the electric company to find out more details. We can give you that information. You can call the electric company directly. We highly encourage customers to do their own due diligence. This video is really just to get you started and answer kind of the basic questions. So this is where it is. We talked a little bit about utilities. Everything else as far as utilities is off-grid. So this is a well-water neighborhood, septic system, off-grid. Everything's off-grid except for power. If you wanted to extend it, that is an option. So you got, kind of Mojave Airport here. You got hotels, you got grocery stores. Everything's about 2 miles from this property, from the land. So if you wanted to have this as a potential build spot someday, this could be a good location. So that's it. for this property. If you want to take a look at some of the other ones we have in the area, there's varying acreage usable. The one to the west has a little bit more usable area. This one has the least usable area. That's why it's heavily discounted. So this one's probably going to go quick. I'm just letting you know. I think our last 5 acre sold again for around 21. So this one's listed for 19. So it's priced to move. If you have any questions on this, if you go to the website here, you can send us a message or shoot us a text, phone call, the top here, 323 number. That's us. Just give us a call. We're happy to answer any questions you have. Or, try to point you in the right direction for questions around, what can I build here? Can I do a tiny home? Can I, build an earth dome or whatever structure you want to build? Most of the time, you just have to call planning, and we can give you planning's phone number. The planning department is kind of the person to talk to. You talk to them, and they'll tell you kind of what's possible with the land based on the zoning. They'll give you way more details than we can provide. So if you want to actually get into the nitty gritty of showing them some sketches or something like that, maybe this is a project for you. You can just talk right to planning. We have a list of surveyors. We have lists of other people in the area that do work. So if you are planning, to do something fun with this property, we do have resources, phone numbers, contacts, and a lot of people that are kind of on call that know what we do. So that's one of the benefits of working with us. So if you have the desire to own this property, you can reserve it here with this big red button. This will get the paperwork started. Again, we don't send sample copies of paperwork because it needs to be custom to you and to this property. So we don't do generic paperwork. We only do custom paperwork, which again costs us up front. So that's why there's a document fee here. If you have any questions on this, or maybe you just want to go check out the property yourself on the weekend, you can open it here on Google Maps. It'll take you right to that red dot here and say, this is where the land is. And then you can hit directions and it'll take you right there. So if you have any trouble with any of this, you can always give us a call, but everything you need kind of to get started, check out the land is here. So if you have the desire to check it out, you're more than welcome to. Just please be careful if you're driving out here. If you have a truck or SUV, it's recommended. Please do not head out here with any kind of small vehicles because you will get stuck in the sand. So watch out for these dirt roads. They are not county maintained. They're not the greatest. They're just dirt roads. So just be mindful of that if you are going to head out there on your own, or you can just give us a call. We can tell you. A lot of the times we have some other customers have head out there, some other friends or photographers that have head out there, and they can tell you the best way to get to the land. So it's always better to just give us a call. We can chat through the best way to get there and hopefully share some more about the land itself along the way. So that's it. Let us know if you have any questions. Again, my name is Matt, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.